They call when they're bored. They text when they're lonely. They act sweet when they need you, then vanish when you need them. And every time they pull away, you blame yourself. You question your worth. You try harder. You don't need anyone to tell you you're being treated like an option. You already know it. You feel it every time you stare at your phone, wondering why they stopped replying when just yesterday they said they cared. You feel it when they disappear for days, then come back like nothing happened. And instead of calling them out, you welcome them back because you're just scared of losing even the bare minimum they give. And you kept thinking, if I just hold on a little longer, maybe they'll change. But let me ask you this. How many more days will you spend waiting for someone who's already shown you you were never their priority? How many times will you accept silence when what you deserve is presence? Let's make this clear. If someone treats you like an option, it's not because you're not enough, it's because you forgot your worth. Because every time they disappear, you welcome them back, not anymore. Because this time, you're not here to beg. You're not here to chase. You're here to wake up. This video isn't just to remind you of the pain, it's to remind you of your power. It's about recovery. It's about remembering who the hell you are and never being treated like an option again. So let's get started. They know exactly what they're doing. They know. They know they're not treating you right. They know they only come around when it benefits them. They know they leave you in the dark, then act surprised when you start pulling away. They know you're loyal. They know you'll be there, no matter how many times they hurt you. And they're using that, not loving it, not respecting it, just using it. You gave them your time, your trust, your softest parts, and in return, they gave you just enough attention to keep you hoping, but never enough to feel secure. And the reason they keep getting away with it is because you keep calling it love, but it's not, it's emotional manipulation, and you don't need to be strong to walk away. You just need to stop pretending you're not already breaking by staying. You were never too much. They were never enough. Let's talk about the way you've been shrinking yourself. You hold back your feelings. You stop asking for more. You convince yourself to be chill, to not seem clingy, because deep down, you're afraid that speaking up will push them away. But ask yourself, if someone walks away just because you expressed your feelings, were they ever really there for you to begin with? You weren't asking for too much. You were asking the wrong person. You don't want constant drama, you just want to be seen, heard, chosen. But you've been accepting less, because your heart is full of hope, and your mind is full of fear. Hope that they'll change, fear that you'll end up alone. But here's the truth. You're already alone, you just don't want to admit it. Because being alone by yourself feels easier than accepting you're alone with them. They don't deserve another word from you. They made you question your worth. They made you overthink every text. They made you feel like your love was a burden, when in reality, it was the most real thing they ever had. And they didn't lose you when they stopped texting. They didn't lose you when they ignored your feelings. They lost you the moment they made you feel like an option, and you finally believed you deserve better. You don't need closure. You don't need a final message. You don't need them to wake up one day and realize your worth, because you are the one who gets to wake up now. You get to choose silence, not as punishment, but as protection. You get to walk away, not to make them chase, but to never look back. This is your turning point. So here it is. This is the moment. Shift. The quiet voice inside of you that says, I've had enough. Not just of them, but of settling, of waiting, of hurting yourself, just to keep someone else happy. You were never someone's maybe. You were never meant to be a backup plan. You were never meant to prove your worth to someone too blind to see it. And the next time they come back, you won't even need to reply, because you'll finally understand that silence isn't weakness. It's self-respect. From now on, your time will be earned. Your presence will be a privilege, and your love, that will never again be handed to someone who hasn't done the work to deserve it, because you are no one's option. You are the standard, And now, you're acting like it. If this spoke to your soul, it's because it was meant to. This isn't just another video, this is your mirror. This is your turning point. Subscribe to Quotes and Thoughts. And remember, you are not here to be almost chosen. You're here to be unforgettable.